What's going on, guys? It's Picsoleated, and today we're gonna clear some things up. First and foremost, I know I'm looking a little scruffy, alright? It's just one of those days. It just happens sometimes, don't worry about it. Second, I just want to go ahead and get in front of the controversy. I'm not jumping on any bandwagons. I've been a New Balance guy since my wee childhood days, and that's just something you should know. We've got some high-profile New Balance 992 collabs like the Jjjjound collab and a few other collabs with other stores in the future, and I didn't just hop on this silhouette because of these collabs. In fact, I like most of the general colorways more than these collabs, but yeah, I just wanted to get ahead of that. I know, super controversial. So with that out of the way, we're obviously taking a look at the New Balance 992 Seersucker, as you can tell from the title. These sneakers released about a month or two ago. They've had a staggered release here and there because of COVID, but with the announcement and release of the Packer x New Balance 992 collab and more colorways to come in the future, I figured we'd go ahead, revisit, and take a look at what we're about to be getting. The New Balance 992 Seersucker isn't actually a collab. In fact, it's a general release colorway or an inline colorway, although it's got a somewhat deeper concept behind it than most general colorways. If you don't know what Seersucker is, it is a puckered all cotton fabric for the everyday person like us. We typically see this fabric on dress shirts, and if you haven't noticed, that's exactly why these 992s are called the Seersucker, because the heel is made partially of that fabric, hence the softer feel and the striped look over here. We'll get more into the materials later, but I just love when companies go this non-traditional route. It just gives you this unique sneaker concept. It makes the concept a little deeper and you get more of a daring design. So long as the execution is done well, it really elevates the sneaker above its typical offerings, and that's really what this shoe does, with its daring material choice and its bold colorway. But do these out-of-pocket moves deliver on New Balance's promise? We'll get into that shortly. The New Balance retailed for $190 and 250 Canadian dollars. That's a bit of a steep price point, but as with all New Balance, that comes with the territory. New Balance produces their shoes, at least most of them, in the USA, which means we know we're not getting some shady sweatshop stuff, and we're also getting premium craftsmanship and materials, and of course, with all of that comes a price. And I'm totally fine with that. I was able to get my pair through a pre-order form on Solstop. Solstop's a Canadian sneaker boutique, so if you're from around here, definitely go check them out. This particular colorway of the 992 has sold out in most, if not all, locations, but it's going for around retail, if not above retail, by about 20 to 30 bucks in the aftermarket, so I'll leave a link in the description where you can guaranteed get your size. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Now, the New Balance 99X silhouettes, and by 99X I mean like the 990s, 993, 992, pretty much any sneaker that starts with the 99. They've all sort of been the classic go-to sneakers for any New Balance wearer. The New Balance 992 was actually Steve Jobs' favorite shoe, and rumor has it that he had a part in designing this shoe, but we'll leave that for another video. The 99X silhouettes in general have seen a resurgence in popularity ever since the newest redesign of the 990 was released, and that was the 990 V5. It was released last year. I've even reviewed that pair, and honestly, it's still one of my go-to favorites to this day. I really loved that redesign. I continue to do so. If I had infinite cash, I would probably buy more colorways and just more pairs of the 990 V5. It's just so comfortable and so versatile. On top of that, it's easily the best fitting shoe I've ever owned. Not one of the best, it is the best fitting shoe I've ever owned. Ever since then though, New Balance has been on a roll, but we'll have time to get into that in future videos. For now, let's quickly go over the materials. As with most New Balance, the 992 MT Seersucker upper is made with a handful of traditional materials. This obviously has the new additional unique material, but for the most part we still have the classics. The upper is made with light blue suede panels that form the midsection as well as the lace eyelets. We have a salmon pink mesh underlay on the toe box and parts of the midsection under the blue suede. Then we have this very plush teal suede forming the mudguard portion of the toe box or toe cap, as well as the foxing and the heel counter of the shoe. We have USA text on some laminated type of mesh opening on the heel. There's a touch of cream leather on the ankle as well as white leather underneath the laces. The shoe has royal blue flat laces. The tongue is made of blue mesh with suede overlay forming the top of the tongue with New Balance 992 branding. Finally, the rest of the ankle is created with the Seersucker fabric. It gives the ankle a soft feel with the stripes going down the fabric. The inside of the shoe is padded and covered with this white cloth fabric. I'm not sure if it's Seersucker. I feel like it's just cloth, but you never know. If it's not Seersucker, I'm assuming it at least has something to do with the Seersucker fabric, because typically you don't see this type of fabric as an inner of a shoe. It feels really soft to the touch and actually feels great on foot. We have this tan and white midsole that houses a combination of New Balance's end cap and absorb cushioning technologies. You can see the cushioning branding on these translucent gel portions on the side and heel of the shoe. We also have this pink translucent stripe on the back with New Balance branding. Then we have a blue outsole to top it off. When it comes to sizing, the New Balance 992 fits like most other New Balances. It fits half a size down. I'm a true to size 10, and I got these in a 9.5 US, and they fit perfectly. As with most people, I recommend going half a size down as well. I have a wide foot and I still went half a size down. If you have a wide foot or even a normal not so wide foot, I'd recommend you do the same. When it comes to comfort, this is a New Balance sneaker that debuted in 2006, so nothing new in terms of technology, but it still manages to be comfortable. Don't expect soft cushioning like Boost or React foam. That's not what New Balance is about, at least not their classic sneakers, but they're comfortable in their own right. There's two forms of cushioning in my opinion. The best way to distinguish them is the soft cushy type versus the more firm bounce back type of cushioning. And New Balance plays the firm cushioning really well, especially with their classic sneakers. The support is there, and the shoe just overall feels great on foot. I often wear shoes from other companies, and even when they're comfortable, there's always some weird kink to them, like it might be narrow and long, leaving a little bit of space in the toe box and feeling a little snug on the sides, or they might be wide but just a touch too short and the toe always rubs on the toe box in a certain weird way. I never have these problems with New Balance shoes, and you'll feel the same way when you wear them, or at least with most of the classic New Balances in the 99X series, such as the 990, 993, so on and so forth. So don't expect cushy comfort, but expect long walk and firm support comfort that'll get you through those days where you're out exploring and walking everywhere you go. The 992 was discontinued for a decade until they decided to retro them and re-release them in 2020 this year in multiple colorways and collaborations. They're also going to continue to release them in the near future. I don't know how long this is going to go on, how long they're going to continue to re-release, if it's going to be for a year, 2 years, or if it's going to be for a longer period of time and they're going to do it indefinitely. But in my opinion, it's best to snag your pair of 992s now in case they just decide to stop the 992 production train, which I think would be tragic for not just us but for them too, because these are definitely selling. Now, like I said before, these shoes have pretty much sold out in most places, if not all places, in most sizes, if not all sizes, but they're not going for that much more above retail in the aftermarket, so I'll post a link in the description where you can guaranteed get your size, so definitely go check it out if you're interested. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more videos, and hit the noti bell to join Noti Gang so you don't miss out on future content. I'll catch you in the next one. Picsoleated is a seersucker for these shoes.